Mr. Moon and Mr. Tyner, would y'all like to meet in a private breakout room? See if y'all can work something out before the judge hears your case?
Do you want to meet in a private breakout room and see if you can work something out before your case?
I'm not interested in talking to Mr. Moon. He's a liar and a cheat.
That's enough. I just need a yes or no, sir. That's all I need. So I'm assuming that's a no. Okay. Mr. Moon, you can go ahead and mute yourself.
And James Tyner. All right. Gentlemen, let me get you under oath. Both of you raise your right hand. Any testimony presented today, do you solemnly swear or affirm to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Thank you. Now, James, I want to give you some judicial advice. When we were doing the check-ins, you made some derogatory or disparaging statements. So I pray that you don't make any statements like that during court today, because any statements like that could end up in contempt behavior, and I don't want to do that, okay? So let's keep that way sweet. Otherwise, we might have to eat them. And I say eat them. It takes a lot of salt to make your words taste worthy of eating in my court if you mess up, okay? So I want nothing but respect for both parties. And it goes the same for you, Mr. Moon. If get a little contentious, let's just keep it safe. If we need to take a short recess, just say, Judge, I need to take a quick recess and just take a few minutes, breathe, and then come back, okay? Because the only thing I want to hear today is to hear the facts. Mr. Tyner, is it Tenor or Tyner?
It's Tyner.
Tyner. Mr. Tyner has filed a suit against you, Mr. Moon. He's going to state under court, under oath today, as to why he's here, what he's asking the court to consider. And then I'm going to give you the opportunity to present a defense. I'm going to make a decision based upon the evidence and what the rules specifically state that I shall consider. This is an air conditioning company that's filed a suit against you, and or excuse me, an individual who's filed suit against you and your company. So I'll give you that opportunity to present any evidence you need as a defense, and then I'll give each side an opportunity to come back on rebuttal. What that means, James, is that after Steve presents his case, I'll come back to you, give you a little bit more time to say any additional things in reference to what he said, and Steve, give you the opportunity. We'll go back and forth until we get to the end, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, James, why are you suing this man?
Okay. All right. I have a lot of health problems, and so I had problems with my AC unit. Okay. So it's a 5-ton unit at my home, and his company had already installed a quick start or a jump start on the unit. What that does, it just extends the life of it, of one that's already worn out, for another 6 months or a year, however long it lasts. And Mr. Moon was aware of that. And he come out and kind of railroaded me. I don't think too good. I have kidney problems and Crohn's disease. When I'm hot, I don't think well. And so he sold me another 2-ton unit instead of replacing the 5-ton unit, which is what needed to be done. And he told me my electric bill would be cheaper, and it's actually higher, both in summer, because now. And since then, I've had another AC company replace the 5-ton unit. And so, I'm out double money, basically.
Okay.
Is that all I need to say for now? I have pictures of the 5-ton unit that needed to be replaced, if I need to show that. Or
basically your opening statement. So we'll go with that. Mr. Moon, do you have a quick opening statement you want to make, or you want to just wait and then present your defense?
Say that again. I'll make sure I understood you.
He made just a short opening statement as to why he filed suit. Do you wish to make a short opening statement before you present any defense? I'm going to give James the opportunity again here in a second, but you have the right to an opening statement. That's what you kind of, Mr. Tanner, did.
Okay. So yes. So I've been doing business with Mr. Tanner for close to 20 years. And as usual, I go and I look at the situation. I get the AC problem. And we looked at some different options, and he liked that option that I gave him. And he sat down and wrote me a check, said, let's do it. And so we did it for him. And then I heard from him later. And that's when he said he didn't like what he had got.
Okay. All right.
And I did give him a bid for a 5-ton unit.
Okay. So James, Why do you think his man is indebted to you for selling you a unit you agreed to?
Okay. He's the AC expert. I'm not an expert. I was hot. I wanted the problem resolved, and I wasn't thinking. Okay, but here's my evidence that I didn't need the 2-ton unit. Is it had worked for 6 years previously, fine with me in the house. It cooled and heated the whole house. His own business partner said I didn't need to add the 2-ton unit, and I realize that's hearsay. But I'll be more than happy to take a lie detector test.
Hey,
Happy to do it.
and he didn't know you for 20 years.
Hold on a second, James.
And he hasn't known, I haven't known him 20 years either.
James, hold on a second.
Okay.
I hear a voice in the background. Do you have an angel in that room with you?
No, what I have is my personal assistant because I'm modern technology challenged.
Okay.
This is my girl Friday. It's a term from the 50s or 60s. It's
I
a
know.
personal assistant for an executive.
Okay. So your girl Friday needs to kind of not give you legal advice unless she's an attorney advising you. Is she an attorney?
No, she's not an attorney. She's not an attorney.
Is she going to be testifying on anything today?
No, sir, she's not.
So your girl Friday basically cannot say anything anymore throughout this hearing today, okay?
Okay. I have her mainly do. All right. Yes, sir.
All right. My blood sugar's dropping, so I have to eat me a couple of M&Ms here real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So James, he sold you an additional 2-ton unit? And
Yeah.
a 5-ton unit.
Right. To run in conjunction with the 5-ton unit, but the 5-ton unit had heated and cooled my house for the previous 5 or 6 years, but I wasn't thinking about that. He kind of railroaded me, is what he did. I mean, like I said, I have a lot I don't think good when I'm hot, and the AC just giving me problems. Yeah,
Okay.
but I have pictures to show how bad the 5-ton unit was, but he knew it was bad. He knew I didn't need another 2-ton unit.
Okay. So did he put a 2-ton unit just for your room, the living area that you're in, or what did he do when he installed that?
Okay. The 2-ton unit cools the master bedroom, another bedroom, the hall bathroom, and the master bath, and the master closet. That's what it cools. Okay, but the 5-ton unit had cooled the whole house for the previous 6 years that I owned the house. And I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about how hot I was, and I wanted it fixed. But his own business partner said I didn't need the 2-ton unit, plus other AC people that I've talked to since then.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
James, anything else?
I have pictures here that show what the 5-ton unit looked like.
Well, I'm kind of familiar with 5-ton AC units look like. Depends on their carrier.
How wore out it was,
Okay. I'm very familiar with the jump start because I've had several of them on my units, and that's just part of, it's kind of like a pacemaker.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Moon, he's saying you sold him a unit he didn't need, and he wants being reimbursed because you finagled him.
So you want me to answer that?
Oh, yes, sir. It's your opportunity.
Okay. So when I went out there, what I do when I do a heat load calculation to see how many square feet a house. And during the hottest part of the summers, he said that he'd always had problems with it when it was real hot, like when it gets 105, 107 degrees. Well, he has high ceilings, quite a bit of windows. So the heat load calculation I came up with is that he's a little short on his AC. And I told him, I said, so there's several solutions here you can do. You can replace that unit, but he didn't want to replace that unit. I said, well, the other solution is, I said, you've got one AC system in your house. If it breaks, you're stuck out. But you need a little bit more AC. So what we could do is put in a 2-ton system. And then when it's time to change the other unit, when you get ready for that, we'll make that a 4-ton, which will give you a total of 6 tons. And he loved the idea. Everything was great until the day I got a phone call, and he was extremely upset. And anyway, so that's where we're at. And as far as my business partner, she's a witness. I've got her here if you'd like to hear from her. I told him that she agreed. She didn't have anything to do with that proposal.
How many square footage is this house?
This house is 2,588 square feet.
1 or 2 story?
It's a single story.
That was,
What year was it built?
I don't have that information when it was built.
Guesstimate?
when he asks me, I'll tell him.
Any guesstimate, Steve, when it was built? Was it like,
I'm thinking that house is probably 15 years old at the time. I'm just guessing though. I'm trying to remember. I haven't been there in quite a while, but I bet Mr. Tyner knows.
all right, anything else, sir?
I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, one thing I might want to reiterate is the year before he'd been there and told him he needed a new system. And so we just put the hard start kit on there. Oh, that was already mentioned. So that's it.
All right. Is this a Linux? Is it who's the unit built by?
The new one or the old one?
It's who?
The new one? Oh, the 2-ton. It was a Goodman unit.
It's a Goodman unit?
Yes, sir.
The 2-ton is, or the 5-ton?
The 2-ton is a Goodman. I've got all the records right here.
Okay, I'm familiar with Goodman. The 5-ton unit, the older unit, was it original unit to the house?
Not sure about that. Let's see. I do have a serial number here, so I can tell the age of the unit. The unit looks like it was manufactured in 15, and but as far as the age of the house, I'm not sure about the age of the house, and I don't know if that would have been the first system or not. I would guess that it was, but I'm not certain.
Thank you, Mr. Moon.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry you are hearing my crunching of the peanuts of these M&Ms, but
Okay.
my day starts at 4 a.m. and most people have already had lunch by 10:30. So, all
Right.
right, James, give me just 1 sec. I need to take a short recess. I'll be right with y'all.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
James, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself for me, please.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So Mr. Moon told me that he talked to you, just try to balance out the air conditioning in the house. So with all that being said, anything else you want to add to your case?
Okay. I bought my house in February of 2018. In February, yeah, I think it was approximately 3.5 years old at the time. Okay. Prior to the year, the AC had worked fine, and I don't think he offered me. That's not the way I remember it. He offered to change out the 5-ton unit. He insisted on this. I needed this 2-ton unit. That's what Mr. Moon did. Now his business partner, he referred to as a woman. The one I'm talking about was the guy that actually came to my house. He told me he was his business associate. In other words, his partner. And he told me I didn't need the 2-ton unit as well. This was after it was already installed. And I can't remember that man's name. I just don't know it. I can't, my short-term memory is horrible. But my main evidence is, hey, the AC had worked for 5 or 6 years prior just fine that I owned the house. And that year it was giving me trouble when it was real hot because it was worn out.
Okay. All right. Anything else, sir?
That's it. That's about all I know to say, unless you want to look at the pictures of the 5-ton unit, the inside of it, how deteriorated it was.
No, I mean, the 5-ton unit, it was worn, so. Yeah.
Judge, are you ready for me to share my screen?
Not yet. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
James, anything else, sir?
That's about all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Moon, anything else?
Just one more thing, and I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it. I've got an estimate right here to replace his outdoor unit, and he didn't want to do that. So I offered him some other solutions, and he liked the solution, and like I said, wrote me a check. So let's do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Both gentlemen complete your presentation at this time.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tyner?
Yes, sir. I'm a little bit,
Mhm.
I'm a little lost now, you know, my memory's so bad, but anyway, yes, I've concluded my case.
Okay. So let me take care of a judicial matter here real quick, James, before I make a ruling on this case here today. Miss Ashley, if you'll go ahead and show me the picture that was sent to the court.
What is it?
Well, Mr. Tyner, if you look closely, there's me at the top, there's Mr. Moon on the other side, and there's you shooting me the birdie.
Yeah, not you, named him.
What did I tell you when we started this court?
Yes, I understand that, Judge.
Oh, you know what that
I have a
bird
bad
just talked to you?
temper. I'm not, hey,
I don't care if you got a bad temper or not.
yeah,
told
I
you what was
understand.
gonna
All right,
happen.
Judge.
You got two choices, and I think I'm going to do the nicer of the two choices. You're hereby held in contempt of this court for that behavior online. You are hereby assessed a $100 contempt of court penalty. Now, if you don't want to pay it, I'll put a bench warrant out for you. I'll have the officer come and get you, bring you to my court, and I'll sentence you to 72 hours in the county jail.
Now, I'll be happy to pay the fine. More than happy to pay
$100
it.
contempt charge, and you will pay it before the end of this business day. Do you understand?
Oh, okay. All right.
If it's
Say
not
that
paid by-
again. Wait, I have a hearing loss, Your Honor. You're gonna, can you say that again, please?
I will say it again.
Okay.
I warned you about your behavior when we started this case. I told you nothing derogatory, and you shoot the birdie, not just in this courtroom in the proceedings, because this is a trial, but you sent it all around the world, the World Wide Web. People had saw it, and that's why I have it on my screen. So it was offensive to somebody else. So with that behavior, you're hereby held in contempt of $100.
I'll pay the fine.
Pay the fine or the contempt of $100 before the end of business today. Otherwise, I will put a bench warrant out for your arrest and have you remanded to the county the custody of the Johnson County Jail for 72 hours.
Can I pay it via credit card, or do I need to come to the courthouse and pay cash?
You come to the courthouse, and if you want to pay by credit card, I'll accept your credit card with the credit card fee, or you can bring a $100 bill and pay that contempt charge. You understand?
So I can pay it. You will turn me over to the court clerk, and I can pay it right now via credit card or by a credit card.
Ms. Ashley, I don't think we can do that on the civil cases. No, sir. You'll have to come up here and pay it in person.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And my office will be closed between 11 and 1:30 today for me taking my staff out to lunch. We're supposed to do it tomorrow, but because of the weather, I'm moving the luncheon out to today. So anytime after 1 o'clock this afternoon.
After 1, but what time do you close?
4:30.
4:30?
Yes, sir. You better not be here at 4:29 and a half.
Okay. All right.
So with that being said, it is the belief of this court and the judgment of this case, nothing to do with you being held in contempt, because my notes are already in here, is that the judgment goes to the defendant today, James, because you agreed to this, you paid for it. There's nothing in material damages to this. A lot of homes of that square footage, and that's why I was asking for the square footage of the home, has secondary units because of the size to balance the airflow, and the unit was put in your living areas. So I believe that this is fair and just. And so judgment goes to the defendant today. Take care of that contempt charge. And I wish both of you gentlemen the best of luck today. Judgment will be in your inbox of emails here in a moment.
So I can leave?
You can leave, sir. You come up here and pay that judgment of contempt. Mr. Moon, we'll send a copy of the judgment to you here in a moment, okay? I'm sorry you had to go through that today.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate everything. Maybe we'll see you someday.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.